Good morning, I'm Neva Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Friday, 22nd of May. In this update, fears the government's social housing overhaul will only line the pockets of property investors. It's adjusting financial accommodation assistance in the hopes of levelling the support being received by those in social housing and the private market. Income contribution rates for social housing tenants will rise from 25% to 30% from April next year. Public Housing Futures spokesperson Vanessa Cole says it's simply a rent hike. She says it'll have a massive impact on those who are already struggling to keep food on the table and the lights on. Pharmac's looking to expand free flu vaccines to the group with the highest rates of influenza. The agency's looking at providing jabs to an extra 260,000 children between 6 months and 5 years old from next year. Otago University public health professor Michael Baker told Ryan Bridge a small number in this age group die from influenza every year. He says other countries are already funding vaccines for under fives as they often go on to infect other family members. Police say they've learned lessons from trials of roadside drug testing as it's set to be rolled out nationwide from July. Director of Road Policing Steve Greeley says as each district completes the required training, officers will start testing drivers. During a pilot that started last year in Wellington, 52 positive tests were recorded out of 1,500. The government's goal is to conduct 50,000 a year. Schools are warning they can't keep absorbing rising costs, with operational funding lagging behind inflation. A new PPTA report shows the gap between inflation and funding for learning resources, administration and building maintenance has grown to almost 12%. It's calling for an increase in next week's budget. Secondary Principals Council Chair Steve McCracken says schools are being forced to focus on costs over student achievement. He says they're having to look at new ways to find revenue or make cuts to resources. Hawke's Bay growers are exploring the possibility of a food processing cooperative at McCain Foods' soon-to-be-closed Hastings plant. Local mayors are now asking the company to hold off dismantling the site for 8 weeks. Hastings Mayor Wendy Sholem says it gives the sector time to work out whether there's a commercial pathway forward. New documents suggest the Crusaders horses were not only approved for Christchurch's 1NZ Stadium, but actively engineered into planning. Emails released to Newstalk ZB reveal council staff assessed hoof pressure on irrigation, explored anti-slip options for the horses' entrance, and met directly with riders as part of preparations for a trial run. Crusaders CEO Colin Mansbridge says that multiple changes have since been made, meaning the horses will feature at all home games from now. In sport, Netball New Zealand's new chief executive, Jenna Wooten, wants to listen to the experiences of the sports stakeholders as her first job when she starts in August. The Dolphins have beaten the Raiders 30-22 to open round 12 of NRL League. Arsenal football manager Mikel Arteta has revealed that he was preparing for a stint as tongmaster on the family barbecue when his crying son broke the news. The Gunners have been crowned Premier League champions for the first time in 22 years. I'm Neva Manu, and that's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.